now we can move into counters, okay? So now we can start to engage in actual, like, participating in fighting. Still gonna hit you guys with some spiels though. Sorry, that's a little hard to say. Hit you with some spiels. The first one being, when we're working counters, just so that you guys have this idea in your head, the reason that counters work is because they're a positional mistake, quote unquote, on our partner's end, okay? And I put mistake in quotations just because it isn't necessarily like a full-blown like black and white mistake. Sometimes a mistake can be when I'm throwing my jab, even if it's one of the best jabs in the world, I'm still not fully protected all the way in my position. So what I mean by this is if me and Elias are fighting each other and we both have really good guards up here, okay? This is going to be really hard for me and Elias to try to hurt each other, okay? If he starts throwing punches at me, like I can big time keep myself very, very safe when I'm in a really tight guard like this, okay? This is like ideal position. I'm covering as many things as I can cover, and I can attack with the things that I can attack with. The reason that counters work is because if Elias throws a hook at me, he's open his position, okay? He's no longer guarded as like maybe if here is like 80-85% protecting everything. When I go to throw my hook, now I'm maybe, if I do throw it like really good, now I may be at like 60-65% really good position, which is still super awesome, but you're giving me opportunity to hit you, okay? Especially if you don't do it correctly, which is typically the case. So if I'm really guarded here, Elias throws a hook, boom, he's opened up his position. He's made it available for me to try to hit him, okay? Especially if he hits my guard, boom, I can hit him. Or if I make him whiff, that really puts people out of position, especially like when they're really trying to hit you in like an actual fight, which is why I prefer space and like getting around and slipping things to try to counter opposed to blocking and stuff, is because when people miss, they typically over miss and it puts them out of position for longer. The reason that this is a really important point is because this falls under the umbrella of the super mega important concept of position, which is if someone isn't completely guarded, even if they're throwing really great punches with like the best technique in the world, they're giving up that like 80-85% protecting everything to about 60-65%, and that's in like a good scenario. If they're throwing punches kind of like shit, obviously they're opening up way more. Now they're at like 20% protecting themselves. That's why that's really important. So the first type of counter that we're going to go over, guys, and we're going to go over all kinds of them, is our block to the hooks with the head hooks and the body hooks, okay? First one that we'll do is that we'll counter on the same side. So if Elias throws his left hook at me and hits me on my right side, again, the idea of our guard that we already talked about before has to be malleable. You don't just sit here and when Elias throws a punch, I just don't get to stand here like this unless my gloves are made of like pillows, okay, which they're not. Usually, especially in MMA, they're much smaller even than these ones. So when Elias throws, I need to track that, set my weight on the side that I'm getting hit, make sure that I'm not getting hit behind my ear because my hand isn't here, making sure that if Elias throws a short hook, I'm covering the front of my face here and not blocking like this. I set my weight so that I can maintain balance, okay? My weight is a little bit heavier on my right side. After I block, I'm going to throw 2 punches on the counter. We'll just go with our cross hook for now, okay? Obviously, the punches aren't as important as the actual being balanced and equipped in your body to be able to throw whatever it is that you want to afterwards. But when Elias punches at me, just for the sake of the drill, we'll set our weight. My blocking is malleable. I have like morphed myself to make myself really small here. I don't like doing this too much. I morph myself to be small. If he punches at the top of the head, maybe I have to morph myself a little bit here. I'm a little bit heavy, and then I have to go cross hook. Okay? Again, same side counter. I block. I throw my cross hook afterwards. If he hits me on the other side, nothing really changes. I seal that side. I see where his hand is trying to hit me, and I block where his hand is trying to hit me. I get heavy on that side to stop it from me bouncing off of this punch. So if Elias like really chucks a right hand, go for it. Boom, like this will happen. If I set my weight and go into it just a tiny bit, I can be a lot more balanced to give this counter shot. When I do on this side, since we're doing same side counter, I'm going to throw my hook cross afterwards. So that's our same side counter. He punches me on the left side, I block, I fire right afterwards. He punches me on my right side, I block, I fire right afterwards. Okay? That's our same side block and counter. Same thing with the hook to the body. If Elias goes to hook me to the body, I shape myself in. I want to follow that and make it so that he hits my arm. If he goes more towards the front, I have to make sure that my elbow is blocking towards the front. If he goes more round, I need to recognize that and block it more round. Again, that's something that takes a ton of experience, but if you practice enough, it will be big time worthy of your favor when you go into actual fights. But same side counter when he hits me to the body. I just crunch a little bit. My hand doesn't come off my face like this. I crunch. I see where his arm is. From here, we'll just go uppercut hook on our counter, just because typically when they do throw body shots, they're a little bit lower and they're a little bit more available, especially in the way that I'm setting my weight. The uppercut feels just like a really strong and like a really natural punch when I do that. So he punches me, boom, uppercut hook. When he goes on the other side, same idea. I shape myself, I cover. From here, we'll go uppercut and then throw our straight. Again, boom, block on that side, here, boom, block on that side here. Okay, so super simple on that. That's our same side counter. The other one that we're gonna do is our opposite side counter. So we're gonna do this a little bit when Elias throws his hook, and maybe I'm not comfortable with just blocking straight up with my face facing him, okay? Maybe it feels more comfortable for me just to rotate a little bit here, okay? This rotation sometimes seals off a lot more and makes me feel a lot safer on this right side of my body when he's throwing his left hook, so that things don't sneak in like this. This is the type of punch where if Elias throws like in a really like chaotic, like very hard to read way, I know that if I rotate a little bit with this, I'm mostly sealed off from almost everything, okay? Especially if he throws at me and I kind of curl my arm back a little bit. This, there's no way Elias is hitting me with anything really on this side. Even if he throws it kind of straight, like very hard, okay? Here, like I don't feel as sealed off. Definitely doesn't make it like an incorrect block, but just for the sake of being able to practice like full safety, I bring everything in, and you see this a lot in boxing too, like guys will get hit and you'll kind of see them rotate with the side that they're getting hit on. It's just because it seals off that entire space, and that's a good thing, okay? But when you go like this, it makes it really hard to counter on the same side, so we're gonna counter on the opposite side now. So when Elias throws his hook, I rotate a little bit, I seal off this entire side. Now instead of going cross hook, I'm gonna go left hook and then our cross, okay? I seal off this side, boom, I block, and then I throw my hook cross. If this happens a little bit more in live speed, where Elias punches me, boom, I want this thing coming like right afterwards. I block, boom, and I'm hitting him immediately because, again, my shoulder is really loaded for me to rip that right afterwards. If he goes on the other side, throws his right hook, same thing, I'm molding here. I'm shaping my body so that this right straight is gonna be able to come quick. If Elias bails on this, I go to throw my left hook, this feels like an awkward place to throw my left hook from. But when he throws here and I mold my body, cross hook feels really natural. So again, boom, I mold my body. We're going opposite side on the counter now. I get hit on the left side, I'm countering with my right straight and then left hook afterwards. One more. Boom, here, hook cross, opposite side block, cross hook, okay? Same idea with the body. If Elias is punching me to the body and I don't feel comfortable doing this and I kind of want to rotate with this, this also makes it kind of like deflect off of me sometimes if it's shorter. Like if he throws a shorter shot, like it will whiff off of me, opposed to if I just like block straight up here, it will sometimes go through me. But when I rotate a little bit with this, sometimes the shot will rotate past me. From here, I want the same idea of the counter where we're gonna go uppercut, then cross after the body shot. I want us going up first because that's where it just feels a little bit more natural in the way that I eat this. And then go uppercut hook. If he goes on the other side, same idea. I block here. I'm going uppercut hook on my counter on the opposite side. A couple more. Block, boom, boom. Other side, block, boom, boom, to the head, block, bang, bang, block, bang, bang. Okay, so those are how we block and counter on the same side, block, and then counter on the opposite side. Guys, what's up? Corey Sandman Sandhagen here. I just want to let you guys know that we have a new course, The Essentials of Striking Generation 2. I wanted to redo the first Essentials of Striking only because I've been able to organize and make these things a lot more digestible for you guys. It's a lot more beginner tailored for you guys that want to know how to strike. And I wanted to make it so that you guys have more information. Granted that I'm learning just as much as everyone else as time goes on too. So make sure that you guys are checking out the new course on CoreySandhagenMMA.com, sponsored by our really good friends over at Sheath. Been giant supporters of everything that I'm doing online. So make sure that you guys are checking them out. I'll see you guys inside the courses. Peace. I love you guys. Bye.